Today in the learning activity number 2 of classroom management, we are going to speak about the discipline in the classroom. Okay, speaking about classroom discipline, we can say that discipline involves many aspects like control of class, normal rules that we have to respect, cooperation from students, good behavior, teacher, who in this case is looked like an authority, and in some cases, in order to have the control of the class, we have some punishments. But what is a disciplined classroom? We can say that disciplined classroom is a place where is taking place, where students are motivated and teacher and students search for the same objectives. Teacher action. The action of the teacher, we have to consider many situations like classroom management and the methodology, interpersonal relationship between the teacher and the students, lesson planning, and something very important is the student motivation in the class. So those are some activities, some aspects that the teacher have to consider in order to manage his class. But speaking about discipline, it's obviously that we can have discipline problems. So in order to manage these problems, we have to consider three specific times. Before that the problem exploit, the moment that the problem exploit, and something that is very important, that is prevention is better always. But we have to do something before the problem exploit, and we have to act quickly in order to manage the problem. Now, it's very important that you have to examine your classroom management practices as teacher. We have to make difference between classroom management, which is related to the steps, the topics that we are going to speak in the class, and classroom discipline, which is related to behavior. Self-assessment as teachers, you have to rate your management practices, and you can develop strategies which inspire your students today, and for example with technologies that we have today, in accordance to the management, to the best management that you have today. And the conduct that you have, the teacher conduct, it has to be in terms of respect, control of emotions, voice, eye contact, and other aspects. But we can have students with behavioral needs in our classroom. So in those cases, we have to react with confidence, and in unexpected situations, we need sensitivity to the student needs and interest. Okay, we have to show interest to them, and flexibility in something very important, that is helping the students learn. We can have students with special needs too. Okay, so here we have disabilities where we can develop an individual educational plan. So in this case, we have to change our learning strategy from the rest of the students. We can have students with attention deficit disorders or attention deficit hyperactivity disorders. Okay, so here we need a good structure, redirection, and understanding to those students. Speaking about our classroom discipline plan creation, okay, this is something very important in classroom management. We have to plan our discipline plan. We can take some models like Gino's model, Cursor model, in order to develop our own plan. The process begins with well established classroom management systems, and we have to consider many aspects like room arrangement, signals, and communication with parents. And we have other aspects too. Now, recognition and rewarding strategy and self-discipline in learning are something important too. For example, based on a study, recognition and rewarding strategies are better, okay, and we have them more applied in private schools, and in public schools are more use punishment strategies because we have random selections students from different homes and values, okay, but recognition and rewarding strategies can have better results. And speaking about e-learning, it requires additional attention where self-discipline is very important. Okay, and don't forget, motivation instruments are important in order to maintain self-discipline in e-learning. Thank you very much for your attention.